Hi, I'm Tony from Brightvision Wheels, and today we're going to talk about how to use the world-famous tune-up tool. The tune-up tool is a great tool to straighten the axles on the early Redlines, and it also is a fantastic tool for taking the wheels off and putting them back on the early Redlines. We're going to go over all three of those techniques right now. So let's take an old Redline. This is one out of my personal collection from when I was a kid. This is a brown 68 custom fleet side. And I'm going to show you how the tool has been designed specifically for these old cars. If you look at the end of the tool, you'll note that there's a little slot cut in it. That slot fits perfectly onto the old axles. So if I take the tool and I slide it behind the wheel, I can hook the axle with the tool and actually support the car completely with the axle. Once I do this, then I can use the tool to manipulate the adjustment of the wheel. And you can see the wheel is twisting this way and that way. I'm turning it gently. That's all you need to do when you're straightening an axle. Sometimes you have to twist it 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 times to get it where you want it to be. The other technique to take out an extreme bend is to hold the axle steady with the tune-up tool and use your other hand to twist the wheel. This allows you to put a bend in the axle that is on the other side of the tool. What that means is I won't end up with a second bend in the axle. Once you put 2 bends in an axle, you're in real trouble. So you can see how I'm manipulating the wheel there with my other hand. That's the basic technique for straightening a wheel on an early Redline. The other thing that the tool is great for is taking off wheels from the early Redlines. So let's roll this over and take a look at what the back side of a Redline wheel looks like. If you look closely, you'll see that in the center there's a little white bearing. That bearing stays on the axle after the wheel comes off. So we're going to use this tool to get behind the black part of the wheel, not the white part, but the black part, and just give it a little twist. And you can see the wheel just popped right off. Very important not to put the tool behind the bearing. You don't want to push that off the axle. Now, here's the magic of the tool, putting a wheel back on. You take the axle tool, put it right behind there and catch it again. And now I'm supporting the weight of the vehicle with the tool on the axle, and I'm going to push this wheel on, and I'm not going to have any risk at all of putting another bend in the axle as I'm pushing the wheel on. So here we go. I'm going to put the wheel right on the end of the bearing and push against the tool, not the car, and slide that wheel right back on, and just like that I'm back in business. That's the beauty of the Redline tune-up tool. Simple design, invaluable in your collection. Pick one up today.